Okay, now begin.
完全密室からの脱出劇。そこは映画のクライマックスのような仮想空間。うわ、何これ。現実にはありえない驚愕のシチュエーション。奈落の底へ垂直落下。
沈んでる。
もがけば埋もれる底なし流さ。うわ、天井下がってきてる。
Well, it's time to officially round out the trilogy of Exit, Dero, and Torre. So, I guess we move forward with the show that started it all. In previous videos, I've talked about both Exit and Torre, two shows that both have their roots in the show Dero. But all this time, I've only mentioned basic facts about Dero here and there in both videos. If it's time to rip off the band-aid and complete the trilogy of one of the most outlandish game show franchises to exist, then I say, let's move forward with it. The show I'm covering today needs no introduction, as it in question is Dero. Dero, which is short for Das Hutsu Game Dero, was a Japanese game show that aired from 2009 to 2011. Initially beginning as a one-off special on Saturday Value Fever, the special was so popular that it sparked a series. The show took celebrities and put them in scenarios that could be deemed highly scary. However, in the end, it was shown that it was all an act, as after something bad would supposedly happen, it would show that the celebrities were alright, kind of like some other Japanese variety shows. The show is hosted by a CGI man with a paper bag on his head, with the word Kanrinin, or manager, written on the front. This CGI man was voiced by Japanese comedian Ryota Yamasoto, who's best known for his work on Terrace House, and is a former DDT Iron Man Heavy Metalweight champion, a wrestling title that almost anyone or anything can win. Hell, the title itself won it. Anyway, enough of me rambling about wrestling championships. Let's get into how the show works. Each episode begins with a different format, with the team, Battle Royale, and the 3-team Battle Royale formats. There are 8 rooms the teams could potentially compete in. However, only 3 would be chosen. In order to advance, they would need to complete the room. The original version, with a team, they earn money for every player that escapes successfully. In the Battle Royale version, for every person that escapes successfully, they earn a point. The team with the most points in the end competes in round 3, and if they escape, they win a prize of 100,000 yen, or 119,386 yen in today's money, roughly equivalent to about $750. In the 3-team Battle Royale, the 2 teams with the most escapes go to round 3, and the team with the most escapes there earns a grand prize of 1 million yen, or 1,192,593 yen in today's money, roughly equivalent to $7,491. Anyway, the rooms include the Beam Room. First introduced in the Saturday Value Night Special in 2009, the participants are made to stand on a 180 centimeter, or a little over 70 inches for those of us who don't use the metric system like myself, beam that slowly decreases in size as time rolls on. Unlike an Exit, the teams don't go until one person falls. Instead, they are made to answer a set number of questions, usually either 9 or 10. Also, unlike an Exit, the participants are allowed to skip one question they feel is too difficult. There are 5 types of puzzles: kanji illustration, trick art, celebrity faces, block words, and celebrity name splitting. Solve them successfully, and you escape. Fail and, well, you want to take a guess what happens? In case you haven't seen my video covering Torre, the poor sod falls down another fucking bottomless pit. The room is seen on 3 international versions of Exit, with the American, Pan-Arab, and Russian versions of Exit all having the room. Then, you get the Sand Room. Here, contestants are buried up to their waist in quicksand and are tested on their ability to not panic, as if they do, the sand will swallow them quicker. They will then be made to answer a number of questions guessing who a person is. After 4 successful guesses, a drawbridge is lowered and the contestant can escape. However, if their head goes completely under, this is considered a failed escape. This room was only ever seen again on the American version of the show, Exit, under the name The Mine Shaft. Next, you have the Time Bomb Room. Here, contestants are locked into 3 separate rooms, each rigged with a 10-minute time bomb that sprays carbon dioxide gas. If a wire is successfully cut, they can continue going. Fail, and they get a large amount of gas to the face and is considered a failed escape. This room is also exclusive to Japan. Then, you get the Stone Monster Room. The teams are made to solve puzzles, with a massive fucking stone monster chasing them that's attempting to quote-unquote eat them. Each question has a dead zone, which will result in an automatic failure. However, one member of the team can sacrifice themselves if they push the stone monster's nose, which means, yes, you can fail the challenge by stone monster's snoot boop. Solve all 3 puzzles, and you escape. This room appears in almost every version of Exit. However, instead of a stone monster, it's a giant shredder, being dubbed the Shredder Room in the American version and Afifi in the Arab world version. Next, we get the Walls Room, a room seen in every version of Exit. Each team is made to answer a question with 2 options in 5 seconds, with the walls slowly closing in. 3 correct answers stop the walls, and the team then needs to retrieve a key from a box, place it into a slot, and make it into the safe zone within time. This room was criticized for potential for unfairness, and as a result, was altered when it returned to Toray. Finally, in round 2, we have the Ruins Room. In the Ruins Room, a team of 3 is made to answer 3 general knowledge questions in a row to earn a point. Once 3 points are scored, the team that escapes is considered successful. However, if one player falls, the game continues with 2, and then 1 if another person falls, allowing other players to escape. This room was combined with the Mummy Room from Toray on the Pan-Arab version of Exit to create one hybrid room of doom. Hey, that rhymes. Finally, in round 3, you have the Ceiling Room and the Water Room. Here, teams complete puzzles while water fills a room, or while the ceiling is coming down, with a time limit. The number of people participating all depends on the number of escapes within the show. If the completion is successful, they earn the aforementioned prize. If not, well, they obviously fail. While Dero was successful, the show was ultimately cancelled in April of 2011 due to the Tohoku disaster, a natural disaster in Japan which saw an earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear power plant failure all occur within 2 weeks of each other. Dero had a planned episode for March 16th, 2011, which would have saw an extra room added to the show. However, the episode would ultimately go unaired before the show's cancellation in the following month. However, in July of 2011, Toray would premiere as sort of a spiritual successor to Dero. So, I guess there is light at the end of the tunnel. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Duality Tostamana desu. Mata Mokogawa de Oai shimashou. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.